Well, we haven't had a constitutional convention here in Hawaii since 1978, but that could change, and soon. There is currently a task force trying to figure out the impact on the state, and after a vote, we could have another con by 2010. But how does this affect you? How much will it cost? Who will represent your interest? What issues will be addressed? Lieutenant Governor Duke Aiona is here to shed some light on some of these things. Now, Lieutenant Governor, this is obviously something that it can amend the Constitution, the state's Constitution. It puts some laws into effect. But what are some of the specifics? What are some of the issues that you would address if this were to come to fruition?
Well, first of all, let me define what a constitutional convention is. It's really a organized gathering of publicly elected delegates that have a chance to, I would describe it as modernize the state constitution. Some of the concerns that we've been hearing are, for instance, the restructuring of our public education system, redefining the relationships between the state and the counties, and of course expanding legislative options such as initiatives and referendums. So those are some of the concerns we've heard. That's some of the issues that can be addressed. But I'd like to emphasize that really it's important that everybody get to know this issue, because we have to answer this first question first. And when we vote, a yes vote is a yes, a no vote is a no, but a blank vote counts as a no. And I don't want the blank votes to decide the outcome of this most important question, I believe, of this coming general election.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can't complain if you haven't voted on it, right?
Absolutely. So take the time, get to know what this issue is all about. We do have an email address. It's concon@hawaii.gov.
Yep, and you can connect to it at kgme9.com.
Absolutely.
Now, you have a task force in place. Now, the last time this happened, there was 4 months long. I mean, it's kind of a long thing. You also have to rent a place for this to happen. It could be kind of pricey. What are you looking at as far as price range?
The purpose of this task force is to get a comprehensive, nonpartisan, transparent analysis of what the cost would be. We know that the last Constitutional Convention, they appropriated about $2.5 million for it. Only about $2 million was spent, actually, on the 1978 Constitutional Convention. So that gives us some guidelines, some standard to look at. But we have 4 subcommittees right now. We have a facility subcommittee, as you just stated, an election subcommittee, an operational subcommittee, and an educational component, because those are the requirements that the Constitution has for a constitutional convention. So we're looking at those costs. By August 1st, we'll have that report to the governor and the legislature, and people can look and see for themselves how much it will actually cost for a constitutional convention.
Now, if we do actually have a con and it comes to fruition, now 102 delegates, did I get that right? Who are these people that are going to be representing my vote or everybody else's vote?
Anyone over the age of 18, except the governor and lieutenant governor, would be eligible to become a delegate. And we would strongly urge, if we get to that point, that the people, everybody run, everybody get involved, because this is our opportunity to get back in the driver's seat, to take back our democracy and really reshape our government for the future.
That's actually one of the coolest things, is that it could be just the everyday guy representing the other everyday guy.
And that's what it was at the last Constitutional Convention. You mentioned 102 delegates. That's exactly right. Only 7 of those delegates were actually elected public officials.
All right, Lieutenant Governor, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you,
Thank you for joining us.
Aloha.
And stay tuned for more. You're watching Sunrise on KGMB Now.